Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, your sweltering hot tribal god of Extreme, Peter Joseph here, for another hot and steamy video right here on the very hot and steamy main channel, Killer of Demons 66. 9. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down there in the sweltering pits of hell, otherwise known as the description box below. And you can leave a comment on the video if you like, but if you leave stupid comments, you'll get sent to the 6,900 level of hell. And that's pretty damn hot, too. We get sent to the Shadow Realm, placed in an Iron Maiden, and then your pretty much the rest of your carcass will be burnt to a crisp, and then Satan will then eat it, because he will eat your soul. So, please don't do that. Do it on somebody else's channel, or do it on your dead channel that nobody gives two fucks about. But to everybody else, you can leave a comment on the video topic at hand, or whatever I'm talking about. And that's that. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap that bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one, because if you do, you're going back to hell, and you're never coming back out. And you're pretty much SOL. And you know what that means. And if you don't, look it up. And that's that. Alright, so once again, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment on the video if you like. And for our first-time viewers, if you're here for the very first time, you've never seen me before in your life, and you're like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Well, and you want more, please hit that subscribe button. And if you like the video, hit that like button as well. And if you want more, hit that bell. And as we say in the business, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice, very cold one. Put your feet up and enjoy the show. Like it, great. You don't, go fuck yourself. And piss off. That's pretty much it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I hope everybody's staying cool here in the Northeast or wherever you may be. It is hot. And I mean, sizzling hot. It feels like hell almost. Well, not where, not the 669th level of hell. That's pretty damn hot too, but it is hot, steamy summer day. The first official week of summer. Second official, well, not official, but, it's summertime, ladies and gentlemen. 102 in the shade today here in New York City. Thankfully, tomorrow will be a little bit less hot. Still hot, but a little bit less than today. It's supposed to be 95 tomorrow. And then, thankfully, Thursday, it starts, we're going to get some rain, cool this shit down for a little bit. And then as we go through, the final official weekend of June, and then going into the hot month of July, we've got a few rainy days, and then back up to the 80s by July 4th weekend. So next weekend is July 4th weekend, and we'll see what happens with that. But got some rainy days coming to cool off this hotness. I mean, it feels so hot sitting down on my freaking chair. It's just an adventure because my ass is sweating, and I just took a shower, so I've had to get up and take 6,000 showers because it is hot outside. I have the AC on. That ain't helping much. I have a fan on right near me. That ain't helping shit. So I'm sweating bullets. I'm like Dave Mustaine sweating bullets. Hello, me. Meet the real me and my misfit's way of life. I keep telling myself that. Okay, calm down, Dave. Yeah. I do a pretty good Dave Mustaine impression, don't you? And people say, oh, why do you disrespect the dead when you're talking about people like Terry Funk or Eddie Guerrero? And, I'm not disrespecting them. It's satire. Learn what that means. Fuckers, I don't understand that. I just don't. I don't disrespect Eddie Guerrero, the great man he is. Eddie, have I ever disrespected you? No, Leslie, I really, you're a great guy. You do a great impression of me, Pero. Sometimes you get wacky and crazy and loco, You got a great mamacita who loves the Latino. Hey, you got China. Leave her alone. I know I like China too. Hi, Johnny. How you doing? But, leave my fee alone, okay? Pendejo. Calm down. Anyway, when I talk to my good buddy Mike Awesome, do you think, I'm disrespecting Mike Awesome, the great legend that he is, and should be a Hall of Famer? Right, Mike? What? Mike? What? Oh, get over here. I gotta ask you something. Quick, hurry up. What, you busy? Yeah, I gotta take a shit! Oh, okay, never mind. Go take a shit. Well, before you take a shit, can you say goodbye? Bye! Okay, go take a shit. Don't forget to wipe. Mike Awesome, the proud sponsor of Dude Wipes. Anyway, we talked to Jerome, New Jack, motherfucker. Yeah, you motherfucker. Take that sight away from me, I'll put up your ass. Motherfucker. I don't disrespect Terry. I never disrespect. Terry, have I ever disrespected you? Terry. Oh, he's busy. Probably he's taking a nap. Mick, you want to go get this for me? No, I'm going to eat my Doritos now. Okay. They're very tasty. You want some? No. Did you buy me? Oh, they're in the pantry. Oh, okay, I'll get some later. Have a nice day. Okay, thank you. I do a lot of impressions and people actually love it. I wish I still had that video from many years ago. I did tons of impressions like Flair, Hogan, Randy Savage, Miss Elizabeth, even Michael Cole. Michael! Maybe I'll do it again sometime in the future. But you're gonna love it. And it's satire. It's not meant to be taken serious. But that's what you guys do. You take everything I say on my videos, or in my community posts, or in my posts, wherever it may be, and you take it so fucking seriously. If I say something to my good friend Issa about, I'm having a bad day, thank you for making me happy with your live stream and everything. I have people commenting left and right, like, you're such a simp, you're this and that. Like, no, I'm not a simp, I'm her best friend. She's helping me out. That's what best friends do. If I was your best friend, you were treated, you're having a bad day, you know what I tell you? Fuck off. Too bad for you. Because I have real friends, unlike you. Real good friends. They don't put up with that bullshit. And then you want to go after them because I'm guilty by association shit. That's a BS pussy move. Alright, if you want to go to jail so bad, then go ahead. I don't give a shit. Because you ain't gonna bring me down, you're not gonna bring my family or my friends down. Whether it be online or off. Fuck off. Get a life. Go do your bullshit in whatever fucking dead country you live in. Do you have family? Go be with your fucking family. Don't waste your life 24/7, 365 worried about what I do on a daily basis. Oh, Peter's taking a shit. Let's write about it on our community post. Peter took a shit today. That'll be the next post. Oh, who cares? He took a shit. People talking about the freaking the Iran-Israeli war, the U.S. getting involved, and people saying, oh, somebody should drop a bomb on Brooklyn, New York. How about they drop a bomb on where you live? Nuke the fucking place you live in. Fuck that shit. You wanna go there? I'll go there too. But I'll go worse than you. I won't even go nuclear, I'll go atomic. Atomic is worse than nuclear. So, you want me to go atomic? And not even atomic, I'll go cataclysmic on your ass. We'll go biblical. I will go biblical on your fucking ass. And you're gonna cry and bitch online, and I'm gonna go like, Karma's a bitch, ain't it? That's what you're gonna get. That's all you're gonna get. All the years you've been fucking around and fucking around with me. Karma's a bitch. And everybody who has faced me has had tons of karma come to them. Whether it be jail, whether it be irrelevancy from this fucking website. Because I know a lot of people that have been on this website for years when I was around, and half of them are gone. Not because of me per se, but some, they actually got the hint. Get out of my way. Get out of the prophecy's way. We're taking over. But that's that. If you want to keep talking shit, because we're not listening anymore. It's the same bullshit I've heard for 15 plus years now. Getting close to 16. Almost 16 years in about a month and a half, about 5-6 weeks now. Until the 16th anniversary of the prophecy. So. And I'm not gonna go anywhere. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. I mean, vacation-wise, yes, I am taking a vacation, pretty much in, August. I was gonna take it in late January, but, late July, but, my plans changed, so now I had to rebook my flight. So, 2 weeks after, 2 weeks after, SummerSlam, I will be on vacation. For 5 days. So I'm going, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and come back Monday. So all the reviews for that weekend, not gonna happen. So that SmackDown review, not happening. Collision, probably not happening. I don't think there's any pay-per-views that weekend. I have to check, but if there is, I'm gonna watch it. I'll watch it in the hotel room and everything, and then do my review when I get back. So it's thinking around the I think it's the weekend before Forbidden Door, and then Clash in Paris is the week after that. So it's the weekend before that. I'll be away for 5 days. It's a vacation. So, and then Labor Day weekend. Actually, the Clash in Paris is Labor Day weekend. So, I will be around, but Labor Day I will not be around because I am going to be away for that day. So, I'm not watching Monday Night Raw. So, but I will be back September 2nd. And then from there, it gets a little bit dicey, so I don't know what's going to be happening with my schedule as we go into the fall and into the winter. But, like I said, I'm not going anywhere, and you can bitch, cry, and complain to your girlfriend, your mama. I don't give a shit. You can't handle the heat, get the fuck off YouTube. I care less what's said about me these days. I don't care. Oh, he hasn't changed in 15 years. Oh, you haven't seen me lately. All the other people that I threw under the bus still think I'm doing the same shit. Nope. No. Some people are just the same irrelevant bullshitters that they are. A couple others that have turned the corner, I know one person, his dad I believe had surgery, so I hope your dad had a successful surgery, and I actually said a prayer for the guy. Hope you finish your story, Jordan. But I digress. But they're good people, I'm sorry I threw them under the bus 2 years ago, but, they still have a grudge 2 years later, that's fine by me, but other people who still have a grudge, they can kiss my ass at this point, because some of them are pretty much irrelevant douchebag dicklords. I can kiss my fucking rosy red cock. And then while you're at it, blow me. That's the same thing, but whatever. Alright, enough about that. Anyway, I hope you had a great day, ladies and gentlemen. Stay cool. Stay inside if you're here in New York City. Do not go out. It is like, it's like hell. It's like Super Mario 3 when that sun came after you. That's what it is. That's how it feels. As of right now, it's 5:03 p.m. on June 24, 2025. 99 degrees, it says on my computer right now. 99. My TV said 101. Now it's 99. Going down to 80 tonight. Ugh. And then tomorrow, 95 with a heat index of 110. And I gotta go out tomorrow. I'm gonna be out pretty much most of the day. I gotta go back to the dentist tomorrow. So gotta get a little bit of work done tomorrow. But see, I am getting it fixed. People are like, get that fucking tooth fixed. I'm getting my grill fixed, and pretty soon it'll be nice and shiny again. Unlike certain people who barely have any teeth. They live in their mom's attic. Oops. But I digress on that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, on this hot, steamy not even Monday, it's Tuesday. You know what that means? We got NXT coming up later tonight. Should be a great show. So we're getting near to the Great American Bash. And we'll see what happens with, Blake Monroe getting her lovely ass beat, not good way, by the way, by Jacy Jayne and her group, Fatal Influence. Jacy's got a date with Destiny, and that's Jordan. we got that Fatal 4-Way tonight, with Jordynne Grace, Lash Legend, I think Kehlani Jordan, and, no, Izzy Dame, and I forget the fourth person. I think it's Kehlani Jordan. That Fatal 4-Way #1 contenders match to see who faces JC at, I think, Evolution for the NXT Women's title. I hope Jordynne Grace wins. I think Jordynne Grace will beat JC, and they're going to kick JC out. I have a feeling that whole beatdown on Blake Monroe was a wake-up call. Was just a swerve, bro, because I still think Blake Monroe will join up with Fatal Influence and change it to, they won't name it Fatal Influence anymore. They'll just change it to something else. I really do think that, I don't, as much as I like Mariah May as a face, she's way better off as a heel. Way better off. You know, like, everybody loves Mina. Mina was a heel back in Japan for a few years with her Club Venus days, you know? Doesn't matter if she's a heel or a face, she can shake her tatas in my face. But we get that. So, we'll talk about NXT probably later tonight, or maybe tomorrow, depending on what time I get home tomorrow, because I might be out all fucking day. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Depends on what work gets done and how my mouth feels. I want to be able to talk tomorrow. Oh, that'll be fun, right? Some of you people need your mouth wired shut, but it's another story for another time. Alright, after 16 plus minutes of spiel, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late, out-of-date AEW Collision review. For this past Saturday night, live, June the 21st, 2025, we are emanating from the ShoWare Center in Kent, Washington, on the outskirts of Seattle. We know who lives in the Washington area. We know Swerve does, and we also know that, hi guys! Hi! It's me, Darby, your greatest friend in the whole wide world. I climbed Mount Everest for you guys, because I love you, and I'm coming back real soon. I live in my car in Seattle. I'm 150 pounds soaking wet. It's so fucking emo, guys. I miss you. Fuck you, Darby. Get out of here. Go jump off another building or something. Anyway, moving on. Alright, so we got that. So, our commentary team every Saturday night, the great band-aid is Tony Baloney Schiavone, and one great man from England. There's not that many, but there are great men in England. Nigel McGuinness, me love. I could go for a Guinness right now, but I don't cook right now. I don't have any in the building right now, in the office, not the office, in the fridge right now. Maybe after this I'll go out to the liquor store and get some, besides getting some Jack, besides getting some Henny, maybe some Fireball for the missus, because you know how she is. But, yeah, I know, I'll get some Fireball for you, you alcoholic. Ah! What'd you throw that at me for? Bastard. No, I'll fuck you later. Anyway. Moving along. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna have some Jack and Coke later. Good shit. I'm gonna get wired while we watch NXT tonight. Okay, never mind. I'm getting wired now. Alright, so, alright, so let's get into this shindig. That's my time before, because I got other things to do. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Collision wasn't a bad show. Ratings were okay, 426,000 views. Not bad, but, you know, Dynamite went 730-something thousand, which I thought was, what? On a horrible show from Mexico. Hey, 700 and change ain't bad. Beat out NXT this week, this past week, which wasn't bad. So we'll see what happens this week with the programs. Alright, so we started with Stokely Hathaway, the big peanut head guy. He says his men are ready for their 8-man tag team match later. That's FTR, I think Chiso, and I forget who. So we got that. Let me move on. Alright, so we started on Collision, and I don't know why we started this match off on Collision. This match could have been an email. So we had the AEW World Heavyweight Champion, Jon Moxley! Alright, so he comes out with William Utah. William Utah's the type of guy that tried to fry an egg and failed. Go figure that one out. Anyway, he takes on AR Fox. Almost 6-minute match. Hey, AR Fox got a few moves in and a few ghillie cutters that pissed me off. I'm gonna start charging people for doing the Gilmore cutter. I'm serious this time. I'm gonna start charging people $20. I'm talking about indie people and any other wrestler that I meet in this lifetime that are still around, but they're still wrestling. Even the new school people that I meet, I'm like, if you do the ghillie cutter, you have to give me $20. And I'm not kidding. I'm gonna be a rich man by the time I'm dead. Just saying. But there's a few people I'll let them do it for free. Like Randy. He does it really bad. But Randy does his version, I'll do my version, okay? Because nobody gets up for my ghillie cutter. And I mean nobody. Not even you dead fuck trolls. So I hit it, I'll hit it like Randy anywhere and any variation on anything. And I mean anything. I'll hit it on your grandma. But I digress. Alright, so yeah, AR Fox got a few moves in, but Moxley comes back. It's like, I ain't having that shit. It's one mean clothesline into the Gotch-style power driver. Almost like Minoru Suzuki. Casa di Nani! I miss that guy. There's some big shots. I thought he was gonna pin him, and then the ref was like, pin him? What are you gonna do? And he's like, oh, boom, 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 boom. Beats the crap out of him. And then locks in the Bulldog choke, and AR Fox basically... He went night-night. Bye-bye. So Moxley gets the win. Big freaking whoop. Match was 2.5 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, he gets the mic. And, Oh, actually, before he gets the mic, he gives AR Fox the Pale Rider, Death Rider, whatever you want to call it. Lays him out even more. Then he asks for the mic and says, I've been watching the Hangman, Adam Page, about to do some cowboy shit. Wasted his chances and his talents for many, many, many years. I don't have the same patience that most of other people have. And he promises to run Adam Page out of the sport. The sport! Sport! Not entertainment. It's not sports entertainment. It's a sport. Entertainment. I got your sport right here. Oh! I miss my college days. Anyway, so it's gonna get rid of him at All In. And then William Utah's like, there's this really this mean face. Like William Utah gonna do anything. William Utah's the type of guy that gets scared of a fucking cockroach. I mean, come on now. Let me move on. Alright, so with that. Alright, then we got various people talk about how special, important it was to be in Atlanta, Mexico this past Wednesday night for Grand Slam Mexico, which was a pretty big success, I thought, for Mexico. You had Adam Page do a whole promo in Spanish. Love that. And then you celebrated the CMLL guys, which I thought was nice. Not like Mr. Iguana was, the legend Mr. Iguana was gonna come out. Yeah, Mystico had a big ovation. Then he got his mask taken from him, and then MJF got beat up by a fan. What a moron. How did he get beat up by a gringo? I mean, come on now. Alright, so we got that. Alright, so it was a very good success, but maybe they'll be doing it later in the year. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, then we get to my favorite part of the show. We get to Adam Cole, baby! Slapping his dick with the TNT Championship on it. That's gotta hurt. Well, knowing Adam, he probably loves that shit. He's been doing that slapping near the dick thing ever since his Suck My Dick gimmick back into PWG / Ring of Honor / New Japan. Been doing that for 10 years now. Adam, you might want to stop. You might hurt yourself. Oh! Well, he'll fill the boom, alright. Jeez. Anyway, Alright, so Adam Cole and Roddy, they're there with Bandito S.A. and the Dancing Fool. Yes, Danny Garcia. They're all ready for their 8-man tag team match against the Don Callis family and FTR. Alright, so they're all ready. We get to that match. Match number 2, I believe. I get my notes all together. Okay. Alright, so it's pretty much, I'm not gonna go through everything, because I got things to do. Back of what match they went, Bandito comes in, cleans house, and then FTR cuts off a big flippy dippity-doo by the Ring of Honor World Champ, then sends him face first into the announcer's table. Ow! I don't think Tony Schiavone liked that, but oh, stop it! He's already dead! Alright, we go to break, come back, Bandito hits a top rope corkscrew crossbody plancha on Dax the Axe Hardwood, and it's back to Adam Cole, baby, to pick up the pace. Then we get a backstabber from Adam Cole. It's a near fall on Kyle Fletcher. And then all 8 men in the ring, everybody gets knocked down, then they get back up, let's fight! Then we get back-to-back top rope splashes, set up an exchange of shots to face. And then Adam Cole hits a brain buster, actually, well, not brain buster, a collateral damage on Fletcher, on his knee. And then everybody gets into a big slug out again. And then, I forgot who got hit with the, I think it was Danny Garcia got hit with a shatter machine. Actually, they were going for the shatter machine. That gets broken up. So then, so I think it was, shoot. I think it was Roddy and Adam tried to do Chasing the Dragon. Interesting. But that got broken up. And then Kyle Fletcher with a super kick to Roddy, who turns around right into the shatter machine. Fuck. Alright, so FTR and the Don Callis family get the win in just under 12 minutes. Match was decent. 3 out of 5 stars for that. Let me move on. And then after the match, the Don Callis family and FTR basically beat down everybody until the greatest tag team of the 80s, no, not Demolition, but the Outrunners, Turbo Floyd and Creep Magnum, who still follow me on Twitter. Love you guys. They come out, make the save. So we haven't seen the Outrunners in a while. We're doing some indie work. It's fun. Hey, come around to New York, man. We love to have you guys in New York, the Outrunners. Yeah, I might have to call my buddy Joey B about that. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, then we go to the back where we have the ladies. It's time for the ladies. And we have Thunder Rosa! Yay! She's there with the one and only Queen Amanada. And she's also there with Ty Conti, or Ty Mello, and the woman with a fat ass and a bad attitude. That's Anna Jay. So they got a 8-woman tag team match against Thekla, before people, Thekla, Athena in the same match. What? And Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. So they just cut a promo. That was that. Alright, then we go to Lexi Nair, I believe, talking to Mercedes Moné, the CEO. 6 belts Moné after she won the CMLL women's title. And then that little altercation with Tony San Diego Storm. So basically Mercedes tells Tony to bring it because your time is up. She almost did like a lacrosse little line. Tick-tock. So we're going to hear from Tony a little bit later in the show. But before we get to that, we get to our next match. We got Swerve. It's time to drink some Prince Nana coffee. Please buy his coffee. I religiously, please, go on PrinceNanaCoffee.com or just look up Prince Nana Coffee. Buy yourself a nice bag of Prince Nana coffee. You won't get a discount from me, but Prince Nana will greatly appreciate you buying his coffee. Rosa loves it, right? Got a big fresh pot today? Yeah. No, I don't want any. No. I don't drink coffee. I told you that. I drink tea. I'll have the herbal tea later. Okay. You go have more coffee. We'll make a little fresh pot. That woman drinks too much coffee. No wonder she's wired half the time. But I love her. Anyway. Alright, so Swerve comes out with Prince Nana dancing. And he takes on the big man, Shane Taylor of Shane Taylor Promotions, who comes out with the infantry, Colorado, and the captain, Sean Dean, along with, hey, we haven't seen you in a while, Trish Adora. And the Ring of Honor Pure Champion, still the champ, can't believe it, Lee Moriarty. They all come out. And they had a decent match. And then during the match, they're betting on who's gonna win. They have like real money, and then they have like some, look like, I don't know what type of liquor that was. And then they, at one point, they're talking to freaking Nana. Nana pulls out like a wad of cash. Why not? Because he's loaded, so. Pulls out some cash. They got a whole bunch, like, a few $100 at least. Like, who's gonna win between Shane and Swerve? And then they get Tony Schiavone to come off commentary. It's like, oh, hey, Tony, want to bet some bet? Tony puts out a $100 bill. Well, I know who he's betting for. Tony, where's the other $100 you owe Tony Khan? You know? You owe me $100 too. Might have to talk to you on Twitter, my friend. Anyway, back and forth match they went, besides the side bets that were outside the ring, which I thought was funny. But anyway, Swerve hits the Swerve Stomp on the apron. Ow. And then he has to dive onto, basically everybody else to save his boy, Prince Nana, who was basically getting, swindled, like, he almost got mugged outside the ring. Then back in the ring, Swerve's like, whose house? Swerve's house. Then he hits the house call, knocked Shane Taylor for a loop, and gets the cover. 1, 2, 3, beats the big man in 9 minutes. Did I care? Not really. 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Moving on. Alright, then we're going to look at what happened with Tony San Diego Storm stalking Mercedes Moné at Grand Slam. And then the lights go out, and then we hear this, like, announcer saying, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tony San Diego. So Tony comes out still wearing her Carmen San Diego, jacket and the hat, which I thought was hilarious. All we needed was acapella. And Greg and the chief, Lynn, I almost said Lynn Redgrave, that's somebody else. Remember that show on Channel 13? We religiously watched that show coming home from school on Channel 13 on PBS. What happened to that? What happened to Greg? Like, he has, like, died off the face of the earth, I think. I know the chief, I think, is still alive because he died, sadly. But I think Acapella is still around. They're not Acapella anymore. They're like, pretty much, I need an Alka-Seltzer. Shit. But anyway, Tony San Diego, she's there, the fans love her. She was told that the match between herself and Miss Moné would be huge. But Mercedes has done nothing but eat steak and try to kiss her. There's nothing wrong with that. Well, eat steak, yeah, but trying to kiss her, there ain't nothing wrong with that. I fully love the lesbian community. Just, if you want to slash on me, go ahead. But, if you want me to, lay down some pipe for you, I'll change you from a head. I'll change some lesbians into straight in a heartbeat. I'm just saying. Anyway. Well, that doesn't work for Tony, because if Mercedes makes one wrong move, she'll eat her alive. So she knows that Mercedes was special, but Tony says, I'm manic, neurotic, erotic, sexually questionable, consistently sweating, bottom-heavy transatlantic, That's a mouthful. I thought she was going a little Madonna route for a second. She's like, manic, neurotic, erotic. Like, you're still to sing, Erotic by Madonna on that great album that not even did that well. Erotic, put your dick all over my body. Yeah, I would, Madonna, if you were like 20 years younger. Not so much, she's like 70-something years old. I know she's still kind of hot, but I don't know about, laying down the pipe for the Madonna. Hey, Drake knows how it feels. Right, Drake? You know what I'm talking about? Madonna made out with Drake on stage one time, and then Drake's like almost throwing up. Like, what's wrong? He's like actually liking it, and he's like, Björk! I'm like, damn, Drake. I guess Drake still had Kendrick Lamar's balls in his mouth still. I don't know. I hate both of them, but it's not because they're not real rappers. You want real rap? Listen to Eminem. Kendrick's a bitch. We all know that. I know people love Kendrick that I know that love Kendrick. I mean, good for you. You can like whoever you want, but I personally do not like Kendrick. I think his songs suck. I'm a more metal guy. If you want to listen to mumble rap, go ahead. That's fine by me. You know, I know Issa loves him. That's fine. I'm not gonna argue with that. But other people that are not Issa, you can go pretty much kiss my ass if you like Kendrick Lamar. So I'll never say nothing bad about Kendrick Lamar to Issa, because I know what she would say. she would chop off my dick. Which wouldn't, well, technically would be a bad thing. Yeah. Anyway, enough about that. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, she makes magic happen when the title was in her bosom. I'd like to be in her bosom someday. God damn you, Juice Robinson. And unless Mercedes can pull a rabbit from her woo-ha, Mercedes is going to have to kill her. And, they're gonna have an epic banger match coming up in a couple weeks. I hope Mercedes loses. I do not want her being 7 belts winning. She'd be like the female Ultimo Dragon, the female, Austin Aries. I mean, come on now. How many more belts do you need that don't get defended? I'm sorry. But good promo, 3 out of 5 stars. Let me move on. Alright, let's get back to some wrestling action, because let's talk more action. Might be on my show. Alright, so we got the return of the conglomeration, technically. So we had Willow Nightingale, the Western Fun Girl, bam! Hologram, who's 25-0, and the funky chicken himself, Mark Briscoe, and as always, we pay homage to you, sir, the great man that you are, Jay Briscoe, reach for the sky, boy. Alright, so they take on Taya Valkyrie and the MXM Collection, that's Dion, Mason Madden, and Monsieur, along with Johnny TV at ringside. Alright, this match was kind of boring. 8.5 minutes exactly, and the conglomeration get the win after a hologram. Yeah, hologram, and I think Willow hit some dives. I don't even remember, but anyway. Mark Briscoe goes up top, hits Froggy Boo on Monsieur, gets the win in exactly 8.5 minutes. That's it. Didn't care for it that much. 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we go right to the back where we have Chris Statlander. He's watching on. She is pissed about not. Who should we talk to? I guess she was talking to herself, I think, about not being in the 8-woman tag team match. And then William Yuta comes in like he did last week, trying to get Statlander to come to the Death Riders. And he starts mocking her. And then blah, blah, blah. She says, you better get your ass out of here, William Yuta. I'm gonna kick your ass. And then she, basically pushed him into, some guardrails, and he fell to the ground, because William Yuta's the type of guy that gets knocked out by a chick on the first date. Holy shit. Alright, then, she bumps into Mox, and then her phone crashed to the floor. Didn't break, obviously. And then Statlander's all scared, like, it's Moxley! And then Moxley says, never let anyone tell you what you're worth. Okay, Mox. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Either Chris Statlander was getting wet in her panties, or she was about to piss her panties when she saw Moxley. Damn. Alright, we get that. Alright, so 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, then we go to Don Callis. With the rest of the Don Callis family, they came out. Takeshita, Josh Alexander, and company. So Don Callis gets right to the point, announces the newest member of the family. So I guess he's not in the elite anymore. Bye-bye, Box, I guess. So we have the Continental Breakfast of Champions champion, Okada. Kazusada. Okada, he comes out. We get another look back at the beatdown from Kenny, where Kenny got not one, not two, but 3 flying elbow drops of doom, and then the last one, Kenny spewing up blood. And then freaking Tony Khan's like, "That's sick! Are you sick fuck?" And then Don's like, "You know what, Tony? I am sick and tired of your shit." I'm like, "Yo, Tony Schiavone, why don't you go beat the fuck out of this guy?" I mean, even back at ECW, freaking my good friend, and I went to school with the guy, Mr. Joel Gertner wanted really to beat Don Callis up in ECW. Not even Joey Styles. I would love to beat the fuck out of 50-something-year-old Don Callis at this point right now. So fucking douche. But anyway, he mocks Schiavone, idiot, calls out Kenny, who's against the wall and all alone at All In. And he's like, "Oh, you have no more friends, Kenny. Nobody's gonna come out and help you," and this and that. Well, and then, one friend he still has left, Mark Briscoe, comes out, says, "Well, I'm Kenny's friend. I'm not the only friend he has." And I'm like, "Well, what other friends does he have besides the Bucks? And they're heel, so they can't come out." Well, it's one man, one golden lover, if you will. So we have the return of Kota Ibushi! Yes! He comes back after an injury, he's back, gets in the ring, beats the fuck out of Josh Alexander, kicks him right in the head. Then him and Okada have a little stare down, then they start fighting, and Ibushi whips his ass to clear the ring. And freaking Mark Briscoe's like, "Ah!" And Ibushi's like, "You hurt my boyfriend." Because you know how Ibushi and Kenny are. I mean, yeah. What do you think they call the Golden Lovers? And that wasn't just the name in Japan. Alright, so Ibushi is back, and Ibushi will be on Dynamite this week to take on, I think, Lance Archer. Blech. You know Ibushi's gonna win that, so. Because Lance Archer never wins on Dynamite or Collision. He says everybody dies, but nobody really does. Except when he's his golden days in Japan. That's one thing, but move on. Alright, then we go to Big Cass and Brian Keith wrong with the workhorseman J.D. Drake, and say his name and he appears. I believe in Anthony Henry. Alright, so they came back last week and had a little tussle with Big Cass and Brian Keith that I guess continued all the way into the ring. Cass and Brian Keith get the better of that, including a choke slam on Anthony Henry onto 4 open chairs. Ow! Well, I guess back to the injury list you go, Anthony Henry. That sucks. And then of all people, Christian comes out with Kip Sabian, Mama Wayne, because Nick Wayne's mom has got it going on. Yeah. And the Ring of Honor TV champion, Nick fucking Wayne, they all come out, and, yes, to quiet down the crowd, let me shut your mouths while I'm conducting my business. What business? So basically, Christian thinks it's time for him and his son, Nick Wayne, become the tag team champions. And then Big Cass starts mocking Nick Wayne's mom's promiscuity. "Oh, you a whore! Who knows whose father he's been?" I'm like, "Oh, really, dude?" And wants to fight right now. So Christian suggests that Big Cass is drunk. And then he hits his little catchphrase, whatever that is. I care less. So we'll see what happens with that situation. But 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, then we get a video of Anthony Bowens, the 5'2" player, yelling at Daddy Ass for his recent losses as of late. Well, it doesn't seem... I think that 5'2" player thing ain't going so well, huh? The same thing for Max Caster's 5 minutes of crap. Should have never broke up the Acclaimed. In my eyes, you should have never broken them up. They wanted to go solo, and what happened? Down the hill they went. I mean, Anthony Bowens, in his own right, in his late, in the past Diaz was a great indie star. Same thing with Max Caster in Creative Pro. And same thing with Anthony Bowens, but now, now they're just like laughing stocks almost. It's sad. For Anthony Bowens' sake, it's sad. Max Caster just comes out there, says his corny, which somehow gets over with the crowd, his stupid catchphrase, and he gets beat in 5 minutes by, like, Will Hobbs or somebody like that. It shows you that Tony Khan booking is fantastic. And the creative team, which is like WWE, they're uncreative about being creative. There's no direction. At all. Let's see what happens with that. Alright, then we get to our next match. We have Rick O'Shit on commentary for Jet Speed. That's Speedball Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight. They take on the Gates of Agony, Bishop Kwan, Aidola Kwan, and Toa Lioa. This was a pretty good match, back and forth match. They went. I guess Ricochet was still scouting for a faction that he's still trying to form to get gold around his waist. But we get near the end, and Kevin Knight breaks up open the gates. Then he hits a double DDT, which brings Ricochet to his feet. He's like, ooh, impressive. And Mike Bailey hits a big flippy dippity-doo out to the floor, only for Bishop 1 to grab his fireman's carry Gutbuster for a near fall back inside the ring. Speedball Mike Bailey comes right back with his tornado kick, sets up the spinning top rope flippy dippity-doo splash to give Kevin Knight the pin on Bishop Kwan in exactly 10 minutes. Alright, not a bad match. 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. And Ricochet didn't do anything after that. We was impressed with, he might have been impressed with Speedball and Kevin Knight, so who knows what's going to happen there. Alright, then we go, I think this was the main event of the evening. 8-woman tag team match. Thekla, Athena, Megan Bayne, and Penelope Ford taking on Queen Aminata, Anna Jay, Ty Mello, and Thunder Rosa. Now, I was a little bit worried that Athena and Thekla, can they coexist? Because of the whole thing in January in Japan, they had a little arguments and shit. And Thekla almost put Athena out for a little bit, even though her title reign didn't, wasn't hurt. She's still the Ring of Honor Women's Champion. She's getting close to 1,000 days. It's insane. I don't even know who she's fighting. Oh, wait, she's fighting, I think she's fighting Thunder Rosa at Supercard of Honor. You think Thunder Rosa's gonna become the Ring of Honor Women's Champion? Haha, no! So she's gonna continue being champ, going on to year 3 right now. It's getting, we're past year 2. We're getting into year 3 now, with Athena as the Ring of Honor Women's Champ. Just don't know who's gonna beat her. I still think it's Billie Starkz. Round 4, but I still think Billie Starkz is gonna finish her story, Jordan. But we'll see. Anyway, pretty decent match. At one point, Megan Bayne and Athena had a little stare down. I'm interested. I want to see that. But anyway, so we get a whole parade of secondary finishers. Sees Thekla DDT Megan Bayne for a near fall. Then she hits that spear on Megan. And then Athena with a power driver on Queen Aminata, who didn't look so good in that match. I think she had a concussion or something. She looked way off in that match. Thunder Rosa comes in with a spinning Death Valley driver. And then my girl Billie Starkz gets on the apron for a little distraction. And Ring of Honor Women's TV Champion Red Velvet came out from your mama's kitchen and gives Athena her title. I don't know if her title or the Ring of Honor Women's title. And she decks Thunder Rosa right in the face with it. And that's how they win. So, there you go. Alright, so thanks to the Women's TV Champion, the Ring of Honor Women's TV Champion gets the win over her opponent at Supercard. That's Thunder Rosa. So, match was alright. 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. And we move on. And then afterwards, Team Athena pose, and that's pretty much it. Alright, so not a bad episode of Collision this past Saturday night. We'll see what happens this Thursday night on a special live edition of Collision. I don't know why it's not this. I don't even know why it's on Thursdays, but I guess something's happening on TNT on Saturday. I hope and pray. I did see something on my dish that I have Dish, Rich Man's Dish, and I saw that I have the Flex package, which is not the basic package, like the second tier up. That TNT is going to be taken off my package on Monday. But then I looked it up on Google. It said no. So I might have to make a call on Monday to Dish and see what's going on with TNT. Because as of Monday morning, I might not be able to watch TNT. I might not be able to watch Collision anymore. Which I don't care, because I can just watch it on a free stream if I can. Or watch it on Max, so it doesn't really affect me doing the reviews or anything, but, I like to watch the live product, but, but it is what it is. So if you have Dish, call Dish and have them put back Collision on your Flex package, or any package that you have, because you might not be able to watch TNT for much longer. But as of right now, I looked this up on Google. Right now, it is not being taken off the package, so I might have just misread what my bill said, because I got my bill. I get my bill off the TV. So I got to pay my bill at the beginning of the month. When it said, as of June 30th, which is Monday, Dish will no longer carry TNT in the Flex package. I'm like, what? Come on now. They used to do that with Access. Now Access is on my Flex package, so I get to watch TNA. So, but like I said, it doesn't matter because I have Max. I'm subscribed to Max, so I don't have to worry about not watching Dynamite or not watching pay-per-views or even Collision. So I'm good. But I'm just saying, if you don't have Max, then you're fucked. If you have Dish in the Flex package. But it is what it is. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I am Peter Joseph. I am signing off for this video. Pretty decent episode of Collision, and I gave it 6.25 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys think of the show down below in the comments section. And like Trick Willie would say, let's talk about it. So, we'll talk about it later. Alright, Raw review coming up later tonight, right here on the channel. And then we'll do NXT, and a late, quickie version of your TNA Ring of Honor review, coming up tomorrow. Because we gotta get that out of the way. And then we should have a pretty good weekend. Early Friday, well, Fridays, when Night of Champions at 1 o'clock, so if I don't do my predictions video Friday or Friday night, I will probably do a mini version of my predictions early, probably like around 11 o'clock. So that way I have it up by like 11:30, 12 o'clock, and then I get ready to watch Night of Champions on the stream, and then I have the rest of the day to do nothing. But I will do the review on Saturday night because there is no Collision this week. So Saturday night, get ready for your Night of Champions review. And then Sunday, nothing. We'll just chill Sunday and then get ready for the beginning of July and July 4th weekend. Good times. Good times. Alright guys, I am out of here. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Peace.